I've ever tried to record a game on my iPhone. Never did this before, never recorded a game and uploaded it to YouTube like this. So this is new territory for me. So welcome back to my channel, is what I should be saying. This is Game of Thrones Legends. This is a game that I have been playing since it released yesterday. And I've already got my alliance made, and it's already full, and we're doing great, and we're having a great time playing this game. It's going to show you a little bit about it and kind of let you see what you think. Of course, it's in the vein of the, city builder and gym match games. This made by Zynga, so you know that it's, got some polish to it because Zynga makes some really good games. But as you can see here on the city screen, you have the ability to harvest food, and you've got farmers that you can level up, and they gather food for you over time, and then you can level up your food storage capability. You can see I have 29,000 out of 125 capable storage right now. You can harvest iron. So like I forgot to say, food is used to level up your generals and do various leveling type tasks. The iron is also used to level up things like buildings and, fortress and all that kind of stuff requires iron to level up. Then you can eventually, after you get your fortress to level 7, where I'm at right now, you can unlock silver mines. Silver is used to level up your heroes as well. And then you have an alliance hall, which you can see here. I have an alliance called the Three-Eyed Ravens. That's just a little insight for you, my subscribers. This is the name of my alliance. I wasn't wanting to make it public before the game released because I didn't want anybody to steal that from me. I know that sounds silly, but Three-Eyed Ravens, if you know anything about Game of Thrones lore, is very critical to the lore, because the Three-Eyed Raven was something that was integral to the story. I mean, that was a person and people that knew a lot of things about Westeros and affected history. So they were very important players in the lore of Westeros. But as you can see, that's my house. They call guilds houses in this game. And you can see I've got my top 3 here. BCL is my top guy. He's really wrecking it. And then I'm number 2. And then my boy Artie, he's right behind me, number 3. And then we've got 29 out of 30 members. We're doing really good. Can't complain. All my members are active. We're all playing daily. We're doing stuff. There's not really a lot to do as in a house right now because the game just released. So basically all we're really doing is just kind of chatting, getting to know each other, that type of thing. You can see we're pretty active in our chat and stuff. We also have a Discord, and if you would be interested in joining that, this is the link to my Discord where we talk about Game of Thrones Legends stuff. We're going to be able to link some guides and some strategies and that kind of stuff, but the game just released, so nobody really knows anything right now. We're just kind of learning. So yeah, that's the link to my Discord. If you're interested in that, you can pause this screen and copy that down and then join. If you're a subscriber or somebody that watches my content, you're welcome to join. Right now I only have one open spot, but I can make more spots if need be for my YouTube subscribers, because you are very important to me. So looking at this screen, you can also see you have your store options of things you can buy. Obviously, the developers got to eat, so they have offers up there for you to spend real money on. You have daily quests that you can do each day. You have weekly goals and daily goals. You can see I'm wrecking all mine. You have what's called the King's Road, which is rewards you earn by doing your daily quests every day, and then you have what's called the Gold Road, which is something that you unlock for money, and I think it was $9.99 for a month. You have 30 days to get to the end of the Gold Road, and you can see the most tempting thing about the Gold Road was the first reward, which was 15 character tokens for Tyrion Lannister, which allowed you to unlock him. And he is part of my party. And you can see here my party that I have is Tyrion Lannister, Jon Snow, Ghost, and Arya Stark is the one I'm using as the green champion in my party right now. I just unlocked Jon Snow, so he's kind of lower level compared to the rest. I've got most of them at about 46 or 45, and then he's finally catching up at 43. I was using the red Jon Snow that you see there with Arya Stark green and Robert Baratheon blue, but I've kind of changed my party up just a little bit because I unlocked Ghost for $5, I think it was, and then $29.99 I unlocked Jon Snow. So I've got 3 legendaries in my party that you normally would not have unless you've spent money or unless you got really lucky on a draw. The draw rate for those legendary characters is super low. I think it's like less than 1% or something like that. But I've started off with these 3 legendaries, and my initial strategy was that I wanted to have one of every color in my party because you can have 5 heroes in your party. And let me show you my makeup. So I'll go in like I'm going to play a battle. This is my party makeup that I have going right now. I did have a red Jon Snow, and that gave me all 5 colors in my party. And at first that was a really good strategy to start with, because what that does is that allows you to take advantage of all the available matches that you can have. Because like in the upper left hand corner of the screen, you can see that there's green, blue, red, yellow, and purple gems. That's what you're matching in the game. And each one of the heroes has a corresponding color, which means when you match that color, you build up stamina on that hero, and when their bar gets full, they can do their special attack. And what one of the most effective strategies at the start usually is to have one of each color so that you can maximize your available matches. Now that I have unlocked 3 legendaries, I have ended up with 2 blues because when I put Jon Snow, the legendary, in my hand, it took the Jon Snow red out. And I don't really have a good red that's worth replacing Robert Baratheon for. So I'm running with 2 blues, a purple, green, and a yellow right now. Ideally, I wish that would be a red in place of Robert Baratheon. But like I said, I really don't have a red that's worth the poop and that I could change him out with. I'm better off to just take the hit on not being able to match red for any, effect, and just keeping Robert Baratheon in my party. Now, Robert Baratheon was kind of a special one because he was one of the rewards you get if you download and play the game within the first 7 days of release. He was kind of like a new game release reward. You got a hero for free. Now, he was just a common. Let's see if I can actually look at him. He's an epic, I guess I should say. He's an epic hero. I did get enough tokens to take him up to 2 stars pretty early on in my gameplay. So at like level 10 or whatever, I had the ability to take him up to 2 stars by having enough Robert Baratheon tokens. You can see at the bottom of the screen there, I have 0 of 35 right now. And as I get 35, then I'll be able to take him up to level 3 if I choose. But you can see the crossed swords in the middle right there by his belt. You see his power level. He has 16,693 power. So when you compare him to the legendaries that I have in my hand that are 24,000, at just 1 star, you can see the difference between an epic and a legendary for sure. Like Tyrion Lannister, he is a legendary and he's just 1 star, but he has almost double the power that the epic Robert Baratheon has. Now, I do have Arya Stark in my party as well. She's a green. There's a couple different reasons why I chose to keep her in there as my green choice. One of the reasons is if you'll look at the little banners that are hanging down underneath the color gem on the heroes, you will see the house symbol. So like on Jon Snow, you see the wolf head for the Stark. And then on Arya, you see the wolf head for the Stark. And then on Ghost, Jon Snow's direwolf, you see the wolf's head for the Stark. And what that means is they're a related family. So that was one of the major reasons why I chose to keep her in my party as the green, other than the fact that I had already put a lot of work into leveling her. I have some decent gear on her, and she is of the family of the Stark. And if you'll see the banner in the upper right-hand corner, you touch on that, it brings up the family faction bonuses. So the Starks are not only a great house of Westeros, but they're also the rulers of the North. And you can see the faction bonuses. If you have 3 team members in your party, you get Ice, which reduces the enemy stamina gain by an additional 30%. When you inflict ice on them, it causes them to gain 5 less stamina if you just do it as a single player. But as the 3 Stark team, I get 35% of reduced stamina gain. That's huge. So what that does is, whenever the enemy is trying to match gems to fill their special ability, they can't fill their stamina gauge as fast as I can because I'm holding them back by the ice debuff. So you can see where keeping people as a faction in your party is a good idea. Now, the differing factions have differing abilities for their bonuses. Like the Lannisters have a differing ability. The Baratheons, what is his called? The Baratheon house. You can see they get 25% gem damage. So that could be huge. But I don't have any good Baratheons to make up a party with, but I do have 3 Starks, and I have 2 legendaries and a really good green. So for me, it's not really the party that I think is the best choice per se. You know, I don't really think that my lords are the best makeup that there is in the game. It's just the best that I have right now type of thing is why I have chosen to put these all together like I have. Now, I may be wrong about some stuff and there may be other makeups out there, but you can see by looking at my character roster that, I mean, this is about the best choices I've got. I've got these other characters like Sandor Clegane, Lord of Bones, and then it goes on and on. I've got 19 of 89 unlocked. But the rest of them are all just, normals, commons type of thing. So it really doesn't benefit me to add any of those commons into my party because I've got legendaries, so I need to utilize them. Now, as you can see, the ones I have not unlocked, I would love to have some of these legendaries. I'd kind of like to have that Melisandre. She would be good for me to have a red back. Adolescent Dragon as a red would be awesome. And of course, Daenerys Targaryen. I would love to have her. She has a really good special ability. So I mean, there are other characters that I would definitely like to use as a party makeup, but I just don't have them at this time. So for me, the best that I have is Tyrion Lannister, Jon Snow, Ghost, and Arya Stark and Robert Baratheon. So for me, that's my party makeup at this time. It does me fairly well. As you can see, I'll go ahead and do a Chapter 12 battle for you and just kind of let you see what my party makeup is like. This is on normal. You can see up the upper left, you have the ability to unlock hard and treacherous. Actually, let's go back and do a hard one. That would be better. So you do all the stories on normal, and then you have the ability to go back and unlock hard mode, which you can see that I've done in chapters 1 and chapters 2. I beat the whole thing again on hard, so now I have the ability to go back and do those again. So I'm going to do chapter 2, episode 2 on hard mode right now. And of course the story kind of plays a little bit while you're playing, but if you played through it once, you've seen, the story. I'm on chapter 12 right now out of about, I don't know, I think there's like 30 chapters, so I'm doing okay. I'm not as high up as I would like to be, but, whatever. So you can see we have the ability to speed up the battle by doing the ×2. You also have an auto battler that you can put on that I'm going to go ahead and use right now so that I can talk while it's playing and I don't have to concentrate on playing while I'm trying to talk. So there's the special abilities getting filled up. You see the second bar at the bottom of the character portrait. That's Ghost special ability right there going on. Jon Snow is about to fill up his. Robert Baratheon's about to fill up. Tyrion's about to fill up. Arya's about to fill up. And as they match their gems,
Everyone
their
who makes a
portrait
joke about a
enlarges, and
dwarf's
that
hat
shows you that, hey, I've got my
thinks it's
special
never to make a joke
ability
about a
ready
dwarf's
to do.
hat.
Jon Snow puts Frigid on, ice, and then the wolf as his partner comes along and does extra damage because his boy Jon Snow put a debuff on him. So it's really good. This party works really well. The Starks work really well together. They kind of hinder the enemy from being able to fill up their stamina bar. As you can see their little level number where it shows the 2 and you see the little ring filling up around their number on the enemy, that's their stamina. So when they get their stamina filled up, they do their special attack. So slowing that down is to your advantage because the special attacks obviously do a ton more damage. Okay, so that was the result. I won. And you can see you get gear. You get what's called skill books, which will help you level your character's skills up when you actually do get to level up their star level. You get silver, which is used for upgrading your champions. You get XP, which is useful for upgrading your personal player level. And you get food and you get iron to upgrade buildings and stuff. So, those are some average rewards. That was hard mode, so the rewards are a little bit better than, basic easy mode. After a while, you gather your resources. You can look at your player profile level. You can see that I'm level 24. I'm at 6.6k out of 10.7k XP. And this is my team and my total power of that team. And then you can see a little deal about my alliance, my house. So that's pretty cool. You have a defense team and an attack team. Right now, my best characters are in my team, so I have them set the same. I don't really have a choice on certain skills that are better for attack or defense at this time. I'm sure that will make itself known later when people start to really dig in and figure out what skills are best for this or that. You can also do PvP battles, and if you go to the raid section, you can see that it auto-chooses an opponent for you. You can hit the refresh and change your opponent if you don't like the one that you've drawn. I can hit refresh here, and you see the person I'm about to fight, I have 108,000 power. They have 73, so it looks like I could probably win that battle. If I refresh it, I get a different hero to fight. He has a couple legendaries, a little bit more power, so that kind of thing. You can see your leaderboard to see where you're at. Right now in the division that I'm in, I'm number 3. I haven't really been working it too hard, so I could be higher, but I've just been kind of doing my thing. So, yeah, I mean, this is Game of Thrones Legends. It Right now it's a little basic because it just released, so we'll give it a little bit of time and see what kind of fun things they add to the game. Of course, if you look up in the top middle of the screen, you'll see that green shield and it shows 4 of 27. What that is that's your energy, and you need energy to be able to play the campaigns per battle and all that stuff. So yes, this is a game that's gated by energy. So once you deplete your energy bar, you gotta either pony up some money and buy some more energy, or you turn the game off and let it recharge. So yeah, while that's something that I don't really have an opinion on, because I could say that I don't like it, but then again, I could say that I do like it, because for one reason I don't like it, because I'm a hardcore grinder, so I like to really play a lot when I'm into something. But I do, and that kind of limits me, because I'm not going to spend $10,000 on this game. I've already spent like 50, 60 bucks on it so far, and unless they just really taunt me with some good offers, I'm probably not going to spend a whole lot more unless I can get some good character tokens from my people that I like. I might go ahead and pony up for that, but I'm not going to sit here and buy energy every day just to play the game, so I'm just going to let it recharge. Now, that's the negative. The positive about that is it kind of holds back other people as well, so that the game is not nothing but max level characters the first day into its release. People are gated by energy, so if they're not willing to spend, then they're gonna just have to grow at a normal pace like everybody else. Now, granted, there are people that have max level accounts already, and that's a bunch of BS, because the amount of account progression they have at this point is just ridiculous. It has to be a hack, or they have to be developers or something, because there's just not enough money in the world to buy the amount of progression that some of these people already have. So hopefully Zynga will look at that and do some house cleaning and get rid of some of these cheaters, because there are some. I've seen them. The top 3 players are ridiculously power leveled to the max already, and that's just ridiculous. The game's only been out for a day. So developers, if by some chance you're watching this video, take a look at that, will you? Because that's just disheartening to the rest of your players when we're struggling to make a living and we're spending $10, $15, $20, $30, and you've got people that are breaking the game by hacking that already have 5 full parties full of 10-star generals and level 350 each, and it's just ridiculous. And they have a whole guild full of them. Give me a break. I mean, they obviously are hacking the game. There's not enough money to buy that amount of progression. So look at that, please, because that's really disheartening to the rest of us that are playing fairly. But anyway, enough of that rant. So I like the game. I'm just going to say, yep, I like it, and I'm going to keep playing it. And as my subscriber and people that watch my content, if you would like to join me, just put a comment on the video and say, hey, I want to join, and I will get you in there. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here and looking at my content. And if this video is, not very polished and stuff, I'm sorry. This is my first attempt to record a video on my iPhone screen as I play the game with a screen capture tool. So yeah, I don't even know how this is going to look when I upload it. I'm about to find out. So yeah, thank you. Anyway, thanks for sharing your time with me. I appreciate you, and I will see you in Westeros. Better hope you don't come up against the Three-Eyed Ravens, because we don't take no prisoners. Peace! And now I got to turn it off and look like a dork. Boom!